WTBI North Palm Beach, W295BJ Jupiter, W223CJ West Palm Beach.
Broadcasting live, this is KMA Talk Radio, life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. With your hosts, Honest Abe and Adam K. the Brewmeister. Listen to the show anywhere in the free world at KMATalkRadio.com.
I like to smoke them like Sir Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning, loyal listeners, libertarians, lovers of the leaf, everyone out there in Radio Land. Welcome to another exciting edition of KMA Talk Radio. Broadcasting live back in the confines of Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, as always, the host with the most, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
Hello, hello.
Need a little sound?
You need a little more?
A little bit more.
Okay.
There we go.
All
Oh,
right.
perfect. That is perfect.
Oh, good.
That is
Yes,
perfect.
it's going to be... Welcome to episode 317 on this, the final Saturday of October in the year 2018.
He has a way with words, man.
I can't. I just don't even know what to say.
The man has a way with
I am
words.
so fascinated with Adam after this trip. I want to write a book about him. Like there's so many.
I've said it a million times. If you were like a psych major, you could do a doctorate thesis on this man.
Dude, there is so much to learn still, and I am like, I was interviewing him at lunch and dinner, and like I'm just picking his brain for all these strange things.
You're a nosy person.
I am.
Yeah, when something interests Paul, he asks questions beyond the line of comfort, even to complete strangers.
Yeah.
So, what bra size are you? Oh my God, those are huge. Yeah, I mean that's stuff that Paul says.
And when did you lose your virginity again?
Yeah, it's just like weird. It's weird.
No shame.
Yeah, man. I watched the show. I didn't make the show last week. Obviously, I had conditions that prevented me from flying at the last minute. It was sad, but I missed it. But you guys did a good show.
But he's okay now.
Yeah, I'm all right.
If you missed out on anything from last week's show, make sure you check out the archives and listen to our trip to North Carolina. Great talk with Admiral Smith. And, Coop was there, and we had a lot of great stuff. A lot of interesting stories.
I saw Paul singing karaoke.
Oh yeah. So we got in late.
How drunk was he that he had to get up and sing?
No. Paul wants to go to karaoke all the day, every day,
really?
anytime.
I always want to sing.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Why do we always got to pull teeth when we want you to sing?
Because you want me to sing in here when it's not the right setting. Like I
you mean you're sober?
No, not sober. Like there's no music, there's not a crowd. Like I'm a crowd pleaser.
Oh,
I need a fan base.
He can actually sing though. I mean, I can't not. There's a lot of things I can't knock about Paul.
Yeah.
He actually sings very well.
Oh yeah, no.
But you have to see me in person too, because I get up there and people are like, "What is this Rick Moranis looking like guy gonna sing? Like what?"
Moranis.
And then I sing, and they're like, "Wow."
You should do America's Got Talent.
I'm good.
He says that now.
I want to wait in line. You know how many times I've auditioned for? It's too much. It's too much. I'm done.
I was just kidding.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I live in Florida.
Those are some real talented people.
Ooh, that is across the bow.
So what's this?
We almost died there too.
I know. We got in this conversation, and it got so absurd. I finally had to tell him stop talking.
How bad would you have felt if we had died there? You would have felt terrible. You weren't there with us to hold our hands in our final moments.
But before we get all sensitive and about this, let's talk about this near life. That's what Paul tells me. We almost died. Something. Oh, what turbulence? Plane? You know what?
Well, no, the plane was very turbulent on the way back.
On the way back, we were on those little planes from North Carolina. They're not 737s. They take a hit.
The puddle jumpers.
Yeah, but it was fine. It wasn't a puddle jumper. It was still a jet plane, but it was bumpy.
So they had this final destination moment on the highway, right?
No, not really.
Big wood log comes flying off a truck. Now, what happens?
No, so basically a ladder fell out of the bed of a truck.
Stop there.
A ladder.
A ladder.
Wait.
An extension ladder.
So it was flying toward the windshield and was going to go through the windshield?
Not even close.
Okay, so what exactly
So basically, in the far left lane is this truck doing 80.
In the far left lane?
Yes.
We were in the middle lane.
No, we had been in the lane next to it, but I had actually just moved over to the other lane.
Because he knew.
Into the third
Because
lane.
Adam is like the best driver ever.
He really is.
He is the most conscientious. This guy doesn't go 1 mile above the speed limit, like on an 8-hour ride. I mean, literally. Normally, I can't sleep on good car rides because people like brake a lot and turn a lot. the car doesn't move at all. You can sleep like a baby for the whole.
I fell asleep while he was
telling
driving.
you, he's a great driver.
I looked over and I'm like, so you have a nice nap?
So
It's actually very creepy.
So this ladder comes flying off the truck.
The ladder,
helicopter,
This ladder pops
spinning.
out of the back.
It was a gorilla ladder, so it's one of those ladders that's like 50 pounds, 60 pounds,
Right.
because it gets to like a
And
30-foot ladder.
So basically, the guy who was behind him had to swerve and avert the ladder, and we were in the other lane. All of a sudden, I hear this giant clank, and I'm like, because I'm looking for the exit, and I'm like,
Right.
okay, when do
scraping.
we have to get off? And all of a sudden, I hear this clank, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, there's a ladder flying down the road, going past us.
That was the
people.
near-death experience.
We were in no harm whatsoever at any point in time.
Shut up.
Because of
You're
my fine
so-
driving.
You literally described it as we nearly died.
We were close to dying.
We
man.
were not. We were in no danger.
Had we been 2 lanes over.
Right?
Yes.
Not even. He just drove right over the ladder.
Well, that or if as long as it didn't come into the windshield or anything. But
Does
yeah,
Steph have insurance on you?
Not yet.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, because I was going to say then it's all good.
Here at KMA Talk Radio, we love to give wonderful things away. Every week here at KMA Talk Radio, our good friends over at Recluse have the Recluse Caption Contest of the Week. Congratulations to Bud Funkin of Conroe, Texas. He took home last week's prize. If you'd like to win a 5-pack of Recluse cigars, head over to the KMA Talk Radio Facebook page. Post your best caption on this week's photo of, well, chubby Superman. After the Justice League movie failure, Superman really fell on hard times.
Some people don't understand what a caption contest is. They think it's a meme contest.
I saw.
And posting pictures of people's heads
Yeah.
on people. You know, this Ray Malvick guy, he's got some kind of, like, cultural obsession with me. Like, he wants to take every photo and paste my head on it. And your head, too.
Every
you're
contest.
in that, too.
I'm in this too.
You know, he's in that picture, too. He's the Luke Skywalker in the background.
Oh.
Adam's in that picture?
Yes.
He posted my head on
Yeah,
the
yeah. It's the same thing he did with the Bavarian girls.
I sent it to
October-
Adam, and
Oktoberfest.
I sent it to Adam, and I was like, don't show this to Abe, but look, because Adam doesn't have
Why?
Facebook. I just thought you'd get mad.
Am I a sensitive guy? Do I take as a sensitive guy?
You act like you're not, but I think you are.
Paul, you're the biggest pansy on the world. You're more sensitive about it than I am. I find it hilarious, but I just find it funny because the guy is obsessive. He does the same thing every week.
I'm looking to. I gotta find it.
I think he's our biggest fan.
So
I think he's our biggest fan.
he's only got one move, and that's it. And so he's got to get some new moves.
Well, the best thing is, you know.
Oh yeah, Adam's in the background.
Yeah, he comes back with a retort. It's a meme contest. Oh, I'm like, no, it's a caption contest, but it's okay. It's good.
I mean,
you obviously have a compulsive obsessive behavior with me, and then he keeps calling me fat as if like we're on kindergarten, like we're on the playground, and I'm gonna go home crying to mom. I'm 46 years old. I've kind of realized I'm fat by now. It's not a surprise. But for a guy who looks like he looks like he's about 55, 60.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, he looks 60-ish. So for a guy who's 60, you think he's gotten beyond a name calling. But I like this. I mean, I want to get him on the show. So if you got any balls, Paul, reach out to him. See, we'll come.
I will.
See, we'll do a KMA late night because I don't think him in this format, in this setting, we need a late night setting.
We need uncensored.
Yes, uncensored, uncut, commercial-free talk. So
wait, look right into the camera and invite Ray on the
Ray,
show.
come on the show, man. Bring your black wife and come on the show. Well, I say that because we got in an argument one time about
Yeah, you need to explain that.
Yeah, it's all right. We got in this big debate one time, and he's like, well, black people agree with me. I said, well, my wife's black, and she doesn't agree with you. And he goes, well, my wife's black too, and she agrees with me. And then, like, his wife's, like, blatantly white. You go on Facebook, and she's, like, so white. So
We'll ask him about that. I'll take notes.
But actually do bring her because it's a nice setting. We got food, we got booze, we'll have a good time. Come on down for a late night episode. We'll talk politics, cigars, and your obsession with fat Abe.
Every week here on KMA Talk Radio, we like to give a great prize from our good friends over at Cigar in the Cigar Poll of the Week. Last week we asked you, do you prefer to see sporting events in person or from home? 43% of you at home. That way I don't have to wear pants.
I guess we should have known our audience.
17% said in person you're in the action, and another 17% said have you seen the prices they charge for these things?
It's true.
12% of you said it depends on the sport. If it's female mud wrestling, I got to be there. And only 9% of you said I don't like sports. So, okay, we definitely have a sport-heavy crowd in the audience is what we have.
But they want to watch from home with their pants off.
Yes.
That's what they made ESPN for, so you just get all the results in an hour.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch sports.
You don't have to spend the whole day. Well, I mean, guys like Adam that really enjoy, watching it, and that's their pastime.
I'll watch big games, playoffs, but it's all season long followed.
He was so upset that our plane was when the Michigan game was going on. Or we had to leave when the Michigan game started.
Genuine, very small things bring him any kind of pleasure or feeling or sensation.
And
whatsoever.
That one time a year.
Yeah, and those little things are just they strike deep with Adam.
Very much so.
But another testament to Adam's good driving that we were talking about earlier. We keep forgetting that he did drive the presidential motorcade.
Twice. He told us twice.
Twice he's driven the presidential motorcade.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Twice.
Jim, we learn something new about Adam every week. I'm telling you,
He doesn't like to tell people stuff.
They were looking for safe drivers, I guess.
I have no idea. They obviously didn't do a psych test and just took him on his driving skills. Because had he done a psych test, there's no way he would have passed.
All you got to do is drive the car, and you don't have to talk to anybody. It's very easy. Drive the car, stay in the line, and don't get to...
And he drove the press, so they weren't that worried about his security background.
If you'd like to win a great prize from our good friends over
I
at
have
Cigar,
the prize here. It's a Zycar VX2 V-Cut cutter.
There you go, a VX V2 cutter. As a grown adult, do you still dress up for Halloween? Yes. Yes, but only if it's a sexy costume. I really hope there's a lot of people in our audience that aren't dressing up in a sexy costume. No, I'm a grown-ass adult. No, my daily appearance is scary enough. Or 5, I see dead people. I see dead people.
Do you dress up?
No, absolutely not.
Paul, you dress up? Don't lie.
I will today, because we're going to
this year or today?
Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tonight or tomorrow night.
I don't know
so
what
I
that
will.
is.
It's in Disney World.
Oh, Mickey, that Mickey. Do you dress up like for Halloween like
I
last
have.
year?
Not last year I didn't. I have in the past, but I don't like to, which is funny because I'm an actor, but I don't really like to dress up for Halloween.
I'm hit or miss. If I see the moment that like something like looks like it would be awesome for the thing,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Like
I
you do
hate
like a
doing
family themed, like your family does The Simpsons.
I've been trying to what's Simpsons?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get them to do Kiss.
I've done that.
I want them to do Kiss.
I've been
My
Paul
oldest
Stanley.
daughter's going to be Gene Simmons. I got it all lined up. My son will be Peter Criss. I got them all lined up.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the Star Child?
Ace Frehley. That would be Zara.
No, Star Child is Paul Stanley.
Oh, is he? Oh, Zara. Okay. Well, no. That would be Zane.
Zane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zane would be Paul Stanley. Zara would be Ace Frehley. And
I
Peter
love
Criss.
it.
Yeah, but I want to do that with them. But they're not all on the same page. Though this year they did do a Guardians of the Galaxy thing. I think they're all Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that's fun.
But no, like 1 year I did I went all out. I don't know why we did something, but I did a whole devil thing.
Yeah.
Actually had a makeup artist come in and do it. I had like bone horns.
I think we had Pete Johnson. We were doing
Pete
the Halloween.
That's what it was.
Pete Johnson was in. We had a whole Halloween theme
Pete Johnson
for
was in
the
town,
monster release. Yeah.
and we were doing the monster release, and I had these bone horns. I actually went to the nail salon in our shopping center and had real next-gen nails put on that I had to wear for a couple days, which, by the way, I don't know how women dial phones and open buttons because, you got to function your fingers completely different. When
What
you got
about
real nails.
hygienic stuff? Like get back there and clean up.
Clean up what?
What?
What did I miss?
Use toilet paper. Like don't they?
Oh,
get
yeah.
there?
Yeah, that's another issue, without a doubt. Tons of issues. But anyway, so I had this whole outfit. And listen to me. It was so good. It was freaking people out. So the funniest thing that happened that weekend was when Pete comes for the event. We go to lunch. So I'm already dressed because people had to put me together,
Yeah, it took a while.
So I'm having lunch in this restaurant, Italian restaurant, with Pete and the sales rep, and everybody in the restaurant stopped. They're all watching me, taking pictures, walking up. I mean, because I had these contacts in. It was pretty freaky looking, Hands were red. It was like all done up. So as I'm walking out,
I remember the story now.
This is a true story. As I'm walking out, this old couple is sitting in the booth. I guess they're trying to get my attention. They're waving at me. So Pete goes, hey, they're waving at you. So I turn around and I see this old couple waving at me. And I go, see you real soon.
Oh, that's messed up.
One of my best Halloween moments. The whole restaurant fucking tore down laughing. The whole drop. Sorry.
All right, yeah, this is KMA Talk Radio. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Bold and complex. That is the new Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta. Using the very best San Andres wrapper leaf available in the market, Rafael Nadal and AJ Fernandez collaborated together to create a new standard among San Andres cigars. Medium to full-bodied, this cigar is bountiful in both flavor and aroma. Available nationally for the first time, Romeo San Andres is a cigar you do not want to miss. Make sure to get one today at your local tobacconist. Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta.
Cigar enthusiasts, Did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
The recently released Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is an extremely rare blend of Perdomo's finest and most cherished 12-year-old fillers, binders, and wrappers. Bale-aged for 10 years and then barrel-aged in bourbon barrels for an additional 2 years, these exquisite Nicaraguan tobaccos are bursting with rich, complex flavors. Offered in Connecticut, sun-grown, or Maduro, available at only 250 authorized tobacconists worldwide, the Perdomo Double-Aged 12-Year Vintage is a must-have for every cigar enthusiast.
Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured. For 500 years, Nicaragua has served as a crossroads of cultures, ever since indigenous inhabitants mocked arriving Spanish conquistadors in a colorful costume satirical masterpiece called El Huehuense, or The Wise Man. This great dance continues today in the careful blending of Nicaragua's finest tobacco. Master blender Nicolas Melillo has worked tirelessly to create and honor the great dance of flavors in El Huehuense cigars. Visit foundationcigars.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, back in the comfy confines for the last time for a couple of weeks. We're going to be on the road. We're going to be road warriors for the next couple of weeks after this. Yeah, we'll be in Miami at La Zona Palooza.
That's always a fun.
Hanging out with the Espinosa crew
and his fan base, like basically all over the country.
Oh yeah, it'll be a great time. Yeah. You know, there'll be drinks a flowing, the beer should be a popping, the cigars will be a smoking, and it'll be a lovely time. And after that, Steve Saka will be joining us from the Casa de Monte Cristo.
Oh yeah, he'll be in town.
He will be in town. Always a good time when Steve's around.
Yes. Yeah. Always interesting conversation.
Yeah, I'm sure Steve's got some things he wants to get off his chest. And we're going to give him a platform to do so.
Sakalicious.
Everybody has noticed we're a man short today again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Our boy AJ Smokes is. He's poor guy's getting hitched today. Yeah, but another one bites the dust. Yeah. Oh my God! Another one bites the dust. Poor kid has no idea what he's in for. Nothing.
I remember when I had that bright-eyed optimism the day before my wedding.
You were petrified.
I was just nervous because it was so expensive. I didn't think I'd ever have that much money in my life to spend in one day.
Listen to me, isn't it a shame? Every person I talk to, that's all that's obsessed about is the wedding, is the cost. Why have we done this to ourselves as a society? It's just so stupid, you know?
That's why people are low.
Listen, I'm telling you, my wedding wasn't expensive.
No, yeah, we talked about this.
My wedding was not an expensive wedding because I just didn't have the funds. Everything I was earning at the time, I was putting back into my business. But it was a rock star wedding. It was awesome, and everybody had a great time. It was really simple. We bussed a bunch of people down to Bal Harbor.
Somewhere in Florida.
Bal Harbor. There was a place called Moroccan Nights. We had a Middle Eastern band. We had hookahs going. They let us smoke cigars. We took over the whole restaurant. There was belly dancers, tarot card readers. I mean, it was just a good time. And when the bus came to take everybody home, nobody wanted to get on the bus. That's how much fun it was. And it was simple. It was nice.
That's all it really should be, is just a good classic time.
Well, it sounds like Abe's just preparing himself, having 3 daughters to pay for.
He knew then he had to save up.
I didn't know I was going to have 3 daughters back then. How was your wedding?
Well, hold that thought. We've only got
My
19
wedding?
seconds.
We got what?
We got 19 seconds.
Oh, that's so weak.
I know. We went long in the first segment, but when we come back, we will talk to Jim Colucci. We'll find out about Jim Colucci's wedding.
Oh, yeah, man. He was like bedrock back then. I want to see what
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was showing us photos earlier from his days in Vietnam. But, all right, more to come. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram, too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
On a small farm nestled along a river in southern Honduras grows an estate-grown tobacco so exceptional. Stop, please. No moss. This is Dan Blunt for Alec Bradley Cigars. Some copywriter handed this to me expecting me to read it. Good Lord. Do me a favor. Pick up an Alec Bradley cigar. Light it up. Spend an hour with it. You'll be glad you did. We'll talk again real soon.
What would go in it? For Pepe Mendez, it was his rare Pilotico tobacco seeds, which he personally carried to the Dominican Republic half a century ago. In tribute, we introduced the Monte Cristo Pilotico Pepe Mendez, a robust cigar with nutty, leathery notes and a slow burn that marks the rebirth of a golden age. Try the new Monte Cristo at your local cigar lounge, and you may want to pack one to go too. Surgeon General warning, tobacco smoke increases the risk of lung cancer and heart disease even in non-smokers.
Tobacco legend Julio Aroa and his son, Justo Aroa, bring back the authentic Corojo and Aladino cigars. A true Cuban puro, giving homage to original vintage Vitolas. Aladino cigars are also available in a dark, rich Maduro wrapper. JRE Tobacco has an unwavering commitment for consistency and quality. Experience our commitment to excellence in any one of our 3 lines: the Aladino, the Rancho Luna, and the Tatascan. Light up a JRE cigar today. Visit jretobacco.com.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro, Cinco, Reserva, Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro Cinco Reserva Especial today.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato cigars.
CLE Cigar Company presents CLE Cigars, Aroa Cigars, and Asylum Cigars. With 4 generations and over 120 years of experience in tobacco, from seed to smoke, these cigars are produced in Honduras and Nicaragua with the utmost care and precision possible. CLE Cigar Company introduces a vast array of tobaccos in various sizes to bring the highest quality of premium tobacco direct for your enjoyment. Visit clecigars.com for more information.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live here in Palm Beach Gardens. I am Adam K., the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe himself.
Hey.
And we are here on this, the 317th show of KMA Talk Radio.
With a good friend and a guest who's been on the show.
Our original first guest ever.
First guest ever on KMA Radio.
I did not know that.
Yes.
The first guest ever, Mr. Jim Colucci.
Should we play the little tune for him?
Which tune is that?
The Meet Your Maker tune.
Oh, well, you can.
I was a lot younger then.
Well, speaking of younger, we were talking about weddings before, so I was curious. At your wedding, was the pastor wearing like leopard print or tiger print?
My pastor?
Seriously, no, because we were talking. One of my mentors, Sal Fontana, who we both were very close with. God rest his soul, but he actually had the receipt from the Waldorf Astoria where he stayed his wedding night, and it was $16.75.
That's insane.
Yeah, $16.75. Was your big wedding or a small wedding or?
No, I mean for that time, I would say we had about 125 guests.
That's big for
Yeah, that's
enough.
I don't even know 125 people.
The problem is, wait a minute.
He's a Colucci. That means he didn't invite 90% of his family.
Oh, because Italian?
Oh yeah, no. Actually, that's the funny part. I remember, obviously my wife's father paid for the wedding, so I think it was 60 and 60.
People.
They got 60 people. We got 60 people, and I remember my mother gives me the list, and I go, Mom. Where's room for my friends? It's my wedding, and not your wedding. All right.
Uh-oh.
Parents do that.
Oh yeah.
Parents do that.
So she goes, well, Aunt Tessie and Uncle Benny have to come. I said, so you're gonna let them come? You're gonna spend back then? I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you the price now.
Right.
So you're gonna spend $25 a plate for them.
Oh my God.
Okay, $25 for them. My father-in-law is gonna spend $25 for them. They're going to throw $10 in a card, right?
If they give you a card.
Yeah. So she said, no, it's not the money. I said, yeah, it's not the money because you're not paying for the wedding. I said, trust me, if you had a girl, we'd be talking differently about this.
That's great.
So talking economics.
Right?
So I said, Ma, I have to have 15 friends. And so you could only have, basically, I had to go back to my father-in-law.
Ask for more seats.
Yeah,
Wow.
I offered to
tough.
pay, but he said no, not a problem.
Wow.
But I remember because big in Italians is they keep a list.
Yeah.
My parents have a book.
Yeah, how much, right? So I go to my mom. Well, that's 4 of your relatives. Don't equal to one of my guests. I said, so those 4 shouldn't have been there. I would never invited them. So
Parents do that. They
get
they're
third
so
cousins.
proud. And
Yeah.
I mean, I went that with my mother-in-law a little bit with my daughter, and she was like inviting coworkers. I was like, and I don't even think she understood because she had never been married. Like, this is like a reserved limited seating event.
Right.
First off, we took over a nightclub, restaurant, bar, so it only had a capacity.
Right, you
of so
can't
many
fit
people.
300
right,
people
I can't
in there.
add 15 people just because. So and we got in these. She just didn't get it. She's like, "Oh yeah, I invited so and so and so and so." My wife's like, "What do I tell her?" Tell her no. They can't come. That's what you tell her. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't get to save the date, so.
Well, listen. I also tell people. I also tell people you should never, because I find it amazing who get upset when they're not invited to a wedding.
I get so excited when I'm not invited.
Oh, yeah. Please don't invite me.
I don't want to go.
The last thing I want to be on a Saturday. No offense, AJ.
Except for this one.
Hopefully not
I'll be there this afternoon with bells on, I promise.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all right sending the envelope. You know, I'm all right sending the gift.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do on Saturday is be tied up in 100-degree formal wear in Florida at a wedding.
Yeah.
Who wants to be there? But people get bent. People got bent when they weren't invited to my wedding.
Yeah, me
bent.
too.
People get bent. I always tell people, don't. You know, there's enough pressure on couples.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to put a wedding than to worry about who's inviting and who's not getting invited. And then people put extra pressure on them.
I don't understand people that get married a second time.
Oh,
that was
right.
That was
to do it twice. Like if the one time wasn't enough, let's get married another time.
Listen, it was a beautiful day for me and one of the best days of my life. But
Never
it was
again.
also one of the worst days of my life. Like I'm
Really?
leading up to it. Like the stress leading up to that day.
Well, you're just weak.
Oh man, it was so much. It's too much.
We
You do it once and be done.
I didn't have a lot of stress leading up to the wedding. I really didn't.
Well, you guys self-invited yourselves like a week before, so that happened.
I self-invited myself to your wedding?
You invited us.
Well, I invited you, then you said no, then you guys showed up. We're showing up, and thankfully you
yes.
You did.
We were no, but I wanted to officially crash the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God you didn't. I would have been
But we
killed.
couldn't hide it because we ended up doing a show.
Right.
But I wanted to literally just do an official wedding crash with Paul's
She
wedding.
would have killed me.
Because he invited. Why? She wouldn't even have known.
She won't see you at our wedding.
Yeah, but what is she gonna do? She's like, she just think she invited us. You think
You
in that
didn't
moment?
invite us.
You think in that moment that she's got a tally of who said yes and who said no?
You'd be surprised.
Get out of here! Get out of here! No
Photographic
way.
memory.
All right, let's start talking some cigar. Enough wedding talk.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Sindicato Cigars is a company that creates unique premium handmade blends catered for the sophisticated palate, led by a group of experts who have multiple decades of experience and are among the top minds in the cigar industry. They have come together to put tobacco retailers and consumers first to create brands and blends they know people will love. Jim, thanks for coming back on the show.
It's a pleasure.
And for sitting through all the chaos that has been the first half an hour of the show.
No,
or
it's
just
fine.
craziness.
I'm not getting married again.
I would never do it again.
No.
Never do it again.
After 50 years almost, I'm
These
never
guys
gonna
who do it
again.
2, 3, 4 times.
Oh, good for you.
4 times. I mean, I never do it again. Never.
I got just one take that jokingly. My brother-in-law been married 3 times, but after he had been married twice, we go to the third wedding, and his younger brother says to me, "What do you think about this for a speech?" Welcome to the 3rd annual Jack.
You gonna bring a gift for a third wedding?
I was just gonna say that. I don't. You get one.
Yeah.
You get one gift.
Well, wait, you do. If it's the woman never been married before,
That's different.
Oh,
but if the
that's
guy,
true. That's true. You don't think about
But
that.
I had a guy friend. He got married twice. He got his gift the first time around.
Yeah.
You don't get a second one.
Yeah, and I'm sure you gave a generous gift, and why would I have to give you another one?
I agree.
You showed up for the second wedding, though?
It was your mistake, not mine.
Wow.
If you'd asked me the first time around, I would have told you and given you better advice, but you didn't want to ask me.
Okay. We'll get back to cigars now,
We'll
right?
get back to cigars. So, Jim, have you been in Nicaragua recently? I mean, I know you guys are doing some production and got some new stuff coming out.
Speaking of Nicaragua, is everything going all right down there?
Which leads into my
Right.
follow-up.
Yes, I'm actually going next month.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going in November.
Are you feeling safe going down there?
Yeah, I would have felt safe going the last time, but the factory advised me twice not to come down.
Okay.
And you still would feel safe when they advise you not to come down?
Yeah, because I know some of the guys that were down there. Gus Cora from Noxa, he goes down all the time. You know, he's just an American who goes down, and people have gone down.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so I mean, I got to listen to the people that are going to pick me up at the airport.
Most of the people who are going back and forth kind of still have to work.
Right.
You know? You don't have to kind of work at this stage of your career. So it's kind of a risk for, I don't know if there is a risk.
I mean, generally the people are really good down there. The
Are
Nicaraguan
there armed people walking around when you're down there?
No.
Traveling? No. Okay.
No. But I'm saying that the people down there are really great people, and I think the government screwed the whole thing up, and hopefully it's settling down now, and that's what they say it is, and Esteli's definitely settled down. But apparently one person told me the reason why it's settled down is because the government has gotten really strict, and is stopping big congregations from meeting and
getting together.
Yeah,
that's
that's the worst thing.
Yeah, no, I was talking to someone the other day, and they said like literally the government is stopping any protesters, and if you're caught protesting or saying anything against the government, they're going to throw you in jail for 20 years.
Yeah, so that's how they've really stopped it. So does that make me feel safe? Not 100%, but like what the hell at my age? What's going to happen? They say, leave that old man alone.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Do you bring a walker with you when you go down there?
No.
I'm an old man. I'm confused.
I'd like to bring my gun.
Yeah, well.
But you can't do that.
So I want to talk about this brand. This is one of the first, major brands that was released by your group.
Right. It's the first all Nicaraguan cigar we did, and obviously when the natural, and then a year later we came out with the Maduro, which unfortunately cannot be 100% Nicaraguan because the wrapper comes from San Andres in Mexico.
Look at that. See, there's somebody who's actually telling it to you the way it is. I love it when so many people call something a puro.
Yeah.
And it's not a puro. But tell us what's special about this here now, because this looks like it's been repackaged, revamped.
Right. Well, here's what happened. We all know that the FDA has this new warning label that's probably going to come out someday. We don't know what's going to be 10%. We don't know what's going to be 10%, 5%, 20%, but originally they said 30. Mm-hmm. So one of the things we had to do when we made the decision, we had to repackage it. You got it upside down.
Thank you.
We had to repackage it. As you can notice, we brought the Sindicato down to almost half the bottom.
What you're going to see is a common theme with a lot of brands right now. Their logos are going to be skewed one way or another on a box.
Up on the bottom.
Right.
One way or the other, because they have to be prepared. That's what we are. We're prepared for the 30%. If the worst scenario happens, there's the room for the 30%. Okay, but the box still looks great. I mean,
these are new boxes.
Yes,
they're cleaner.
Yes, because we changed the box. They're both paper wrapped now. Okay, they're solid wood. They're MDF wood.
You like to brag about these boxes. He goes around everywhere saying Abe can stand on this box.
I saw a video of him standing.
That's for you, Ray Mal. But
I say I can stand on.
No, you say Abe can stand on this box.
I think you could. Okay,
I think you made me once.
Yeah, I think I've tried to prove to you how good they were. Because actually, these boxes come from China. Sorry, Mr. President. They come from China, and we were making our boxes in Nicaragua anyway, so we didn't put Americans out of work. The boxes made in Nicaragua are almost twice the price,
right?
And they were falling apart. Mm-hmm. All right, the guy box factory down there, he just overwhelmed, and he doesn't really care. People need the boxes.
Sure.
Give it
get them done as quick as you can.
The demand is very high down there.
So what you have now is a lot of companies have moved to China. Boxes made in China.
Now I notice these are in cello now.
Yes, that's another thing. And in fact, I didn't. I think I may have told you that the FDA paid us a visit this week.
No.
Yeah. So they came into the office both to see Gurkha and myself, because my offices are in the same building as Gurkha. And one of the things right away they started looking at is the celloed and uncellowed package, and other things they started talking about. The interesting thing was that after they were visiting, they established that they shouldn't have been visiting us.
Why?
Because we're not a manufacturer.
Oh.
Okay, so their big question was, do you manufacture in this building?
No, we don't.
And the answer was no. And then we went back in the warehouse. They wanted to know how we received the packaging. So I showed them that here's the cases from Casa Fernandez. You open the case.
That's what's inside.
Here's the box inside. It's wrapped in cello. We do nothing. They wanted to know, do we put bands on? Manufacturing, according to them, is opening this box and putting it's a boy on it.
Right. Another label.
That counts as manufacturing.
Yes. Anything that changes, even as a retailer, if I go and make cigars, grab 5 different sticks, put them in a Ziploc bag and name it a sampler. Now I'm manufacturing.
So he said, we'll take you off the list.
Oh, well, that's a plus. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to see you. but the best part was, after they left, I said to Kaizad, I said, I wanted to ask them, did you just graduate this June or was it last June?
Right.
I mean, they were really young. They knew nothing about our business.
No.
I mean, they were asking questions.
It's going to be a long time before they figure it out.
They're doing their homework to learn.
Can you explain the recipe? I said,
the recipe.
Yes,
it's a dash of Lajero, two pinches of some Cinco,
and a little paprika, for a little flavor.
I said, you're talking about the blend, correct? Yes. So I said, let me explain how to blend. And then I started telling him. He said to me, so all your cigars in this box is the same as the one in that box? I said, yes. But I said, next year, they may be different. He said, you're changing the blend? I said, no. Do you ever drink wine?
Oh, you tried to educate them?
Oh. Yeah, I was.
Oh my God!
No. Actually, he thanked me when he left.
Jim was making friends.
I'm just trying to explain to him. I said it's just like wine. The wine this year tastes different than the wine next year because the rain, the sun.
Right.
And I said, so don't expect.
You're trying to make an agriculturalist out of a government
out of a bureaucrat.
Yeah.
So I asked him when he asked, do you manufacture here? I said, have you been to a manufacturing facility yet? The answer was no. I said, you really need to go.
I guarantee you, in their minds, before they're walking in, they're thinking, okay, there are going to be these big assembly lines, and cigars are going up and down the belts, and packaging, and arms are going to come and stamp the boxes closed. Well, they have no idea what a manufacturing facility for a cigar company looks like. They don't know it's a bunch of 800 people sitting there rolling on wood blocks that are 80 years old and using blades that are 30 years old.
Yeah, but they were. I will say that they were young, but they were interested in learning, and they even said they've got a lot to learn. The FDA has a lot to learn. He even told us that one thing's been pushed now. The combustion thing has been pushed back to November of 2021. So I said to him, that's not bad. I said 2021. That's 3 years from now. I'll be 76. I said I'm okay with that. I said, keep pushing it back. I said, I might be out of this business when I'm 80.
We hope so. You hope anyway. But all right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, more with Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Hi, this is Rocky Patel, and I'd like to invite you to try one of our decade cigars. This premier cigar received a 95 rating from Cigar Aficionado, one of the highest ratings ever afforded by that magazine. It's a beautiful Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper with fillers from Nicaragua and Honduras. This cigar is medium to full-bodied, rich, complex, yet elegant and well-balanced. I promise you, you're going to love the decade. Try it.
In the heart of Santiago, Dominican Republic, on the rolling floor at La Aurora Cigar Factory is a section reserved only for the elite. Cigar rollers work for over 10 years to simply get the opportunity to make a historic cigar. Those cigars are La Aurora Preferidos, featuring 6 different wrappers in a perfecto shape. Take part in a legendary tradition that started the Dominican cigar industry. Look to the lion. La Aurora Cigars, king of the pride since 1903.
Looking for something unique and awesome? Smoke Oscar Valderas cigars. 2012 Connecticut, 2012 Corojo, 2012 Maduro, the Oscar Habano, the Oscar Maduro, My Way, and our latest creation, Oscar Valderas Cicerone Edition. A great cigar that comes in 5 different collectible boxes with an amazing exclusive artwork. Remember, Oscar has something unique and awesome waiting for you. Ask for Oscar Cigars in your favorite cigar shop.
Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and its master ligador, Steve Saka, is crafting the very finest cigars available today. One such brand is his Todos los Dias. This liga is very smooth with tastes of dark chocolate and figs, with a nice sweet chili pepper that escalates in warmth as you smoke it. On the palate, it feels like a medium-bodied smoke, but it is lying to you, as this cigar is quite strong. From the first puff, there is no doubt of the origin of Todos los Dias, or that it is intended solely for the seasoned cigar smoker. Viva Nicaragua.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Baker and Zimmerman. Offended or injured. 800-866-LAWS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And we are here with Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars. And before we went to break, we've been talking about his visit this week from our good friends over at the Food and Drug Administration.
I don't want to give them
no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't want to give them more props than they deserve. I want to finish talking about this new Sindicato packaging.
Looks sharp.
It's new boxes. It's a new count. No, same count box.
Same count.
But it's got cello on it now. Now, is the blends exactly the same?
The blends are identical. There's no change in the blend. I mean, we're not going to change cigars. I got 93 and 94 ratings. So basically, you don't make. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it.
You won't be changing the recipe.
Right.
No,
right.
For the FDA, we won't be changing the recipe.
You just weren't happy with the boxes that were in the old package.
Well, the
cello.
boxes in the old packaging were breaking.
Right.
All right. So we had to go to on the natural, had to go to this box. And what we decided was because we were coming out with cellophane, we wanted to make it look really different and new.
Right.
Here's the new boxes. So we changed. We did a flip on the silver box here. The silver box before was black
and silver
with silver. So now we've kind of consistent.
Got it.
The logo is black on both, and we're really happy the way it came out.
What are the price points on this cigar?
Price points are great on this cigar. I mean, the Corona is $8.25. You got $8.50 on the Robusto, $8.95 on the Toro.
Oh.
I mean, the Toro's
so
a
it's $8
$54
to $9 cigar.
Yeah, and it's $9.95 on the Magnum, which
is 6x60.
6x60.
Oh, that's I like to call it the new sweet spot of the cigar industry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Now, this brand here, which I love this packaging. This is one of the most beautiful packagings I think I've seen in a while. I don't know if we get that on there, Paul. But this is an old Cuban brand.
Right. This is
Particulares.
The story behind this brand is really interesting because I think I may have told you before, but Particulares was the first brand of cigars and first factory that Alonso Menendez purchased in 1931-32.
Now you may have to explain to our listeners who Alonso Menendez is.
Alonso Menendez is the man who created Monte Cristo.
There you go.
Okay.
We did talk about this.
Right.
Correct.
Right. And the interesting thing is when I met with everyone knows Benji Menendez. Benji Menendez is Benji Menendez is the son of Alonso Menendez, and Benji was in the factory when the Cubans came in and took he's Cuban, but I mean when the Cuban soldiers came in and nationalized their factory. But when his father bought this brand in 1932, and the factory, what came with the factory was a brand that they weren't using called Monte Cristo. Okay,
isn't that crazy?
So I said to Benji, so what about that story I always heard and I always talked about is that Monte Cristo became in 1934. It started because the people rolling cigars always was listening to the story of the Count of Monte Cristo,
was the favorite
and that's
story
why
of the boys,
See, he goes, no. When we bought the company, Monte Cristo came along. So my father wanted to have his first brand that he created that never been out there before, and he created Monte Cristo in 1934. So, and that's the way it is. And then his father, in order to buy the H. Upman factory, sold this brand because he needed money. He sold it to Partagas, the Cifuente family.
Right.
So the brand went from the original owners of this brand to Alonso Menendez and then to Partagas, or the Cifuente family. So and then I guess it was in the late 1990s, Eduardo Fernandez bought the tropical tobacco, right? And this is one of the brands that came along with it.
And he had
and he started making this cigar in 2002, but kept it low key. And so when I asked him if we could distribute this brand, he said yes. And I said to him, "Do you mind if I repackage it?" Because his packaging was kind of
redid the whole
So I went through the historical things, and I found the original box. I mean, it's a little more modernized as far as the coloring and everything.
But this is based on the original
right? But
art
and
of the brand.
it's definitely the original band.
Oh,
the
really?
Cigar band's the original.
That's pretty crazy.
Okay, and that's why a lot of people say to me, "What does La Crema mean?" You see, well, that was in the original brand. Band, so I kept
Cremas
it.
is the word Cremas in the band.
Yeah.
It was
So
the original brand.
I didn't take it away.
I think it just was translated smooth.
Yeah, that's what.
Back then.
But what I'm saying is, the people at Vitek had the original, artworks.
Right.
So I said, let's go with it. I mean, we were trying to go back.
I like where you're going. You're on a good idea. We have to take the long break. We'll come back for hour number 2. When we come back, keep it lit.
Win a date with Adam K, the Brewmeister.
Tickle, tickle, tickle. I'm overjoyed. It's I didn't even have breakfast. I just went out the house.
Win a date with Adam K, the Brewmeister.
It's already changing my life. I'm thinking of with the family, with myself, having the accessibility and the option is really what it's about.
Win a date with the Brewmeister.
One of the things is that you can go with your kids and have memories and go on road trips. So it's also a bonding thing for the family. It's nice sometimes to just have the freedom to go on a ride, just take a drive.
Well, we're going to make that happen. Win a date with the Brewmeister.
And the winner is...
We'll never know really what her true feelings are.
Wow.
She's not allowed to share those feelings.
Wow.
But she's also used to meeting controversial figures. But
Wow.
I think the fact that the meeting went over by 17 minutes indicates that they were perhaps quite enjoying their tea together.
Win a date with Adam K, the Brewmeister. Dutch treat, of course.
That's fantastic.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
The Southeast Club of the Year is Spearmint Rhino, where every night is a party surrounded by the hottest entertainers from around the world. Start your week like a rock star with Magnum Mondays, Belvedere, and Moët Magnums, only $100. Keep it going with $10 Tuesdays, $10 dances all day, all night. Every Warrior Wednesday, they salute those who serve with 20% off tabs and $100 bottles for first responders and active military, offering drink and food specials daily and guest DJs weekly. Spearmint Rhino is South Florida's sports headquarters. Watch your favorite sporting events, including boxing and UFC matches that can all be viewed from many large screen HD TVs. Party in South Florida's best adult playground and head over to Spearmint Rhino and mention at the door, Honest Abe sent you for free entry. That's right, free entry. Also available to all military with valid ID. For more information or employment opportunities, visit spearmintrhino.com or stop by in person.
WSVU North Palm Beach, W240CI North Palm Beach, W295BJ Jupiter, W223CJ West Palm Beach.
Cigar Fairy's making rounds.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Hey fools, how about a game of Cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Lights, camera, action. Real Clips Barbershop brings you all that is good about old school barbershops in a new cinematic themed environment. Whether you need a traditional cut, fade, blowout, or even a straight razor hot towel shave, our master barbers will get you right. All while enjoying iconic scenes from some of your favorite movies, right from our video screens built into the mirrors. Visit RealClipsBarbershop.com. That's real, R-E-E-L, ClipsBarbershop.com for a location near you or to make an appointment. After one visit, we know you'll be back.
Dan Blunt here for Alec Bradley Cigars. You ever plunk down hard-earned cash for a cigar? You're hoping you just bought yourself a nice drive-through taste town, only to discover you're in the slow lane with a clunker. That sucks. Say goodbye to bad rides. Test drive an Alec Bradley cigar today. At Alec Bradley, they get it. Whether we're talking about life or cigars, it's all about the ride.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way: taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. Insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Baker and Zimmerman, defending the injured. 800-866-LAWS.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
Joya de Nicaragua proudly announces the release of Cuatro, Cinco, Reserva, Especial, a carefully modified recipe containing a unique and exceptional selection of barrel-aged grade A fillers and a beautiful silky shade-grown Habano wrapper. From the legendary Jalapa Valley, produced in small quantities, this exceptional medium to full-bodied cigar will continue to captivate consumers with its rich Nicaraguan complexity, subtle woody and sweet flavors, and a velvety finish. Try a Cuatro, Cinco, Reserva Especial today.
Since the dawn of time, the universe has been constantly evolving. Now experience the evolution of flavor. Sindicato Cigars, available in Ecuadorian shade-grown Corojo and San Andres Marron wrappers, are beautifully crafted by master blender Arsenio Ramos. Using a double-leaf binder and meticulously box-pressed, Sindicato Cigars provide the perfect draw to deliver the evolved flavors you won't soon forget. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Sindicato Cigars.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio. Hour number 2, ready to get started and rolling. We are here with Jim Colucci. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, Mr. Honest Abe.
Good morning.
And we were discussing Sindicato Cigars and the Particulares brand, which is an old Cuban brand.
I just want to clarify here so nobody thinks this is like any kind of misleading interview. You retired about what now? 5 years ago?
Believe it or not, it's 7.
Guys, it's been that long. Okay.
Wow.
So you retired 7 years ago, and then you were approached by a group of 45 retailers, basically, who kind of said, "Look, we're in the industry. We deal with consumers all day long. We'd like to get involved in a company that would develop brands."
Right.
And these group of retailers basically hired you as their CEO, president, and you run this company called Sindicato Cigars. And I am one of those retailers, so I don't want to,
full disclosure.
Yeah, it's a co-op.
Yeah, I like less than 2%.
No.
I own less than 2% stock, so I'm not like no.
Okay,
yeah.
Paul, it's not a co-op.
It's not. Okay.
So you got to understand. Basically, what it is it's a company with 45 stockholders.
Okay.
Literally, yeah.
46 if you count me. So 46 stockholders own a piece of this company. They buy the cigars at the same price as a guy who's not a stockholder.
Yeah, everything operates independently.
Right. Okay.
So
it's like I own Apple stock. I don't go in the Apple store and say, "Hey, do I get a deal? I own 5 shares of Apple." No, everything operates independently. I sit on a board. We have meetings. We give them our ideas, our input, but I have nothing to do with the day-to-day business, and it operates like a manufacturing company. And I place my orders with Sindicato just like I place
everybody else.
Yeah, and the main reason why they were interested in doing something like this is that they were getting sort of tired of people like me who worked for the big companies who would come out with brands, all right, and ask these retailers to work their rear ends off, getting the word out about how great this cigar was, and they were charging $8 a cigar. And then all of a sudden I go to JR or CI and everybody else and say to them, "Hey, you could discount it any way you want."
Right, they can sell it for $4.
And there's a bad cycle that definitely existed within the industry.
Yes,
as well as the cycle of manufacturers getting into the retail space.
Yeah,
well, that's another thing.
Which is another thing.
I also want you talked about the original band on this, and we didn't get close up. I want to show the beautiful of this band here, of this old Cuban brand, Particulares, that you kind of revitalized the brand, but it is really pretty band.
It's a pretty wrapper too. That's the shade-grown Corojo that Eduardo Fernandez does. I mean, it's
got a really nice, almost like a little bit of fuzz. I mean, it's got a nice feel to this wrapper.
Yeah,
introduced me to that cigar when I first started working for you, and since then that's been a go-to cigar for me.
You smoke it regularly. You like it a lot.
I do.
Yeah, that's the what is that one? The Robusto, right? Yep. That's a Robusto, which is a beautiful 5x50 or 52x5, any way you want to do it, and it's a $7.95 retail. I mean, it's a great stick.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 100% Nicaraguan puro, and for me, the sad part about this cigar, it's the last product that Arsenio and I worked on.
That's right. That's
so
right. He passed away.
You know, and he had a special feeling for this because he asked me what did you want, and I told him, I said I wanted something that had the old Cuban style and everything, and he said, I'm going to make you the way a good Cuban cigar used to be, the real good Cuban cigar. He put a lot of his heart in this one, and I wanted it to be really successful because of him.
Well, it seems to be doing very well in our retail location. So it's doing very well. And it's actually, I'm not saying it because I own it, because I'll tell you some ones that aren't my favorites, but this is actually one of my favorite cigars of the product that Sindicato makes.
Yeah, I know I know we have a couple of cigars that you don't like, and
that's what it is. I mean, it's very subjective things. There's things that you like and you don't like. I mean, it's
if we only sold the things you like,
that's why
Rocky need half the humidor.
That's why Rocky makes 8,052 brands.
Yeah,
because he figures the 4,000 will like one and the other 4,000 will like the others. I mean, that's how it goes.
When I got in this business,
love you, Rocky.
In 1974, I got in this business. Man came up to me. His name was Gus D'Angelo. He's the vice president of sales, and he said to me, "Here's all the products you have to sell." I said, "Well, what's the best cigar?"
Right.
He said, "The best cigar may not be the best seller. In this company, the best cigar is the best seller. Don't worry about whether it tastes good or not."
Right.
All right, and that's the way it is. I mean, there are some great cigars that never make it. I mean, really great cigars.
Listen, I go through that all the time as a buyer sometimes because everybody wants me to smoke their cigar, and it doesn't matter. I'm not even that interested because what I think and what I taste as a buyer doesn't affect me because it's the consumers that walk through the door.
Right.
They like it, they don't like it. I don't run a museum. Now, there's a lot of what we carry in our retail humidors that I really wouldn't smoke. It's not my cup of tea personally, but consumers like it, they buy it. So it's two hats you got to separate, which a lot of retailers I find very, very interesting because I'm always enamored at the depths of sometimes the lack of ingenuity on some of the retailers in this industry, but they can't separate that. Right. They want to buy what just they like.
Right.
If they don't like a brand, they won't buy it. And customers will come in asking for it. I don't like that brand. I've heard it. I've heard it as a retailer talking to other retailers. Right. I've heard them tell me this. I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, listen, Theo Foltz, who you know, he's our president at Altadis for 25, 27 years. And Theo always said, do me a favor. Don't ever blend a cigar for me. Okay?
Yeah, right?
He said, because he said, no. He just liked smoke. I mean, it basically, he would say, nothing stronger than a Romeo Real, and he's
real light, a lot of smoke.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. He said, because we would come in and give him a strong cigar, and he goes, I assume our consumers like this.
Now, you want to get into about the new cigar? Or we got time?
I mean, there's plenty of show left.
So at the trade show, you showed a new cigar. You have a new cigar. Yeah. Now this been how long since Particulares came out?
Well, Particulares is 3 years now.
So this is the first new release in 3 years, basically.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, you had a line extension, I think, maybe of Affinity at one point.
Yeah,
that came out at the same time as Particulares.
Did it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we had the Affinity Maduro, right? And then we also had Particulares in the Robusto shape. And
now Affinity, just so our listeners know, is your Connecticut, mild, smooth, creamy cigar line.
Right. Affinity is what I think 60% of the cigar smokers are into
in the country.
Yeah. I mean, everybody says no. Everybody wants a strong cigar, and I say, Jesus, how does Macanudo, Romeo Real, and Monte Cristo White, and Rocky's got a Connecticut, and Davidoff? I said, you admit there's probably 60% of the sales in America are Connecticut wrapped cigars.
My explanation for this has always been the sweet and sour chicken analogy. Okay, because I was one of the guys when we were first working on brands and projects. The Affinity project was the one that interested me the least because I'm not a big Connecticut smoker myself.
True.
And it's just so unexciting. And he's like, it's going to be like one of your top sellers, and he ended up being right. It is one of our top sellers, selling brands. And I call it the sweet and sour chicken analogy. Okay, it's one of those things that just nobody talks about. Right. You don't go. I went to a Chinese restaurant. I had the best sweet and sour chicken. It's sweet and sour chicken. No matter where you go, it's sweet and sour chicken. But I tell you what. It's the number one ordered entree probably in every Chinese restaurant in America. So that's kind of what I call the Connecticut,
Yeah.
Cigars in this industry. It's like the number one consumed product, but it's just never that exciting to talk about.
No.
So
it never was. People would, I remember Macanudo used to be the Connecticut cigar. And then came Romeo Real. Then Rocky had a cigar. So, there's all these great Connecticut cigars out there. And Nick Perdomo has,
Champagne. His Champagne is one of the best-selling Connecticut's I know of.
Yeah. So it's people don't realize that, yes, a lot of people right now, cigar aficionado and cigar snob, they all talk about the strong, powerful cigars.
Or complex, or whatever you want to call it. Right. But, it's just something to talk about. You really can't talk about vanilla.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about vanilla ice cream. Yeah, it's vanilla, and that's kind of like what it is. So, so this Cubico, this new release you got coming out.
Well, the funny thing about Cubico, which I think is really funny, is regards to our group at Sindicato, the retailers who are stockholders in, is Rob Roth and I both. Rob Roth is a retailer up in New York. Remember, Cubico was the first brand I brought to the group.
Right, first name, yeah.
And the cigar.
Oh, you existed, that's right. You existed, that's right. You did have it.
And the group chose to go out with Affinity first.
Right.
And also our bundle brand, okay?
Yeah.
So,
which, by the way, is a very good brand. At some point,
Casabella's
talk about it because it's honestly one of the hottest bundles I think it's out there right now.
Yeah,
insane.
The reason again is because all the tobacco except for the wrapper on two of the sizes are all Aganorsa tobacco.
Right.
And one thing about Eduardo Fernandez and the Aganorsa leaf people, okay, he's one. I've been in this business, like I said, for over 40 years, and I remember that our buyers for tobacco, George Gershel was like a buyer for over 50 years, would always say, all these guys that we go to sell us the best tobacco. And the one thing they used to say about Eduardo Fernandez, he kept the best for himself. Not that his other tobacco that he sold was not
but he
good.
Made sure that
he kept the cream of the crop for himself. And that's why all the people, Vieje, even
Malillo,
they're people that use his tobacco. They're all excited that when they go there and he makes their cigar, they know he's making a cigar with the best tobaccos.
Right.
And even our bundle is made with, some people would say, probably the best bundled tobacco out there because it's Aganorsa, and he's really a great grower.
That Casabella Nicaraguan, I'd put up against any $6, $7, $8 cigar. Seriously.
Yeah. The thing is, in that cigar, he's using his not shade grown Corojo on that cigar. So it's a Corojo cigar, all Aganorsa tobacco. It's a great $2.50 stick.
It's insane. $2.50 cigar, $3 cigar.
So before we go along again, I'm going to take a short break. And we have to
finally talk about this Cubico brand we're trying to get to.
We keep trying to get to it, but it's not happening. All right, more to come with Jim Colucci. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Bold and complex. That is the new Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta. Using the very best San Andres wrapper leaf available in the market, Rafael Nadal and AJ Fernandez collaborated together to create a new standard among San Andres cigars. Medium to full-bodied, this cigar is bountiful in both flavor and aroma. Available nationally for the first time, Romeo San Andres is a cigar you do not want to miss. Make sure to get one today at your local tobacconist. Romeo San Andres by Romeo Julieta.
Make your next bold journey an epic one. When it comes to cigars, only one brand delivers intense, unforgettable experiences: Camacho. In continuing this fearless tradition, Camacho brings you the newest addition to its arsenal of badass, the new Camacho BXP. Intense, box-pressed, and crafted with rugged American broadleaf fillers from Pennsylvania. Available in Connecticut, Corojo, and Ecuador. Outfit your next bold journey with the new Camacho BXP.
Known the world over as the Rolls-Royce of cigars, with unparalleled packaging and superb quality, Gurkha cigars are works of art that feature the rarest and best tobaccos in the industry, offering a flavor profile for every palate. The highly rated Gurkha brand creates a luxurious experience for even the most discriminating cigar smoker. So treat yourself today with an unparalleled cigar smoking experience. Visit GurkhaCigars.com to find a purveyor of Gurkha cigars near you.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
When a child is diagnosed with cancer, their life and their family's life changes dramatically. Chemotherapy treatments, doctor visits, and trips to the hospital soon consume their time. The programs and services provided by the Kids Cancer Foundation make it possible for the foundation to meet the needs of our young patients and families. We could not provide these resources without your support. For more information and to find out how you can make a difference in the life of a child battling cancer, call 561-333-8116 or visit kidscancersf.org.
Sponsored by CLE Cigars.
Ventura Cigar Company is a boutique cigar brand born in sunny Southern California. Ventura Cigar Company is on a mission to create memorable, complex cigar blends that excite the senses and reward discriminating palates. Experience the Cigar Aficionado number 13 Cigar of the Year, the archetype Axis Mundi. Rise up, step up, look up, fire up, and leave compromise behind with Ventura Cigar Company. Check them out online at venturacigar.com. Monte Cristo has set the standard once again, turning back the hands of time by utilizing a long-forgotten, unique aging process that harmonizes the flavors of the wrapper, binder, and filler with the use of small pilones. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured is an exquisite cigar you must try now. Available nationally for the first time, Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured features a 2006 Nicaraguan Rosado Oscuro wrapper that is both beautiful and distinctive. This cigar is a masterpiece no one should miss. Make sure you get one today at your local tobacconist. Monte Cristo Epic Craft Cured.
Since their humble beginnings in 1998, Drew Estate has believed that the production floor is the crossroads between art and passion, and where the real magic takes place. Drew Estate Master Blender Willie Herrera has crafted a unique medium-bodied line extension that is creamy, lush, and ultra-smooth, and finished off with a flawless shade wrapper that delivers satisfaction in spades. Continuing the story from their factory floor, it is with great bravado that the Drew Estate presents Under Crown Shade, a true Drew experience.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live on this, the 27th of October, 2018, the last Saturday of October. Where has the year 2018 gone? I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, of course, Mr. Honest Abe. And we are chatting with Mr. Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars. And before we went to break, we've been teasing about this new brand you guys are coming out with called Cubico.
Right. What I meant to say, it's really not a new brand because we've started selling it only in small markets.
Select stores, right.
Select stores since 2014. Mm-hmm. So we now are going to have it in 2019. We did introduce it at the show in 2018, but because of the stuff that's been going on in Nicaragua, we thought that more importantly was to get Sindicato out, and so we put a little delay on the Cubico because everybody loved it at the show. They was smoking it.
Tell us about the cigar. What's the cigar?
The cigar, okay, it's Ecuador Cubano wrapper. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's made by Knox. It's got Nicaraguan binders and Nicaraguan fillers. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a great cigar, but it has Ecuadorian Cubano wrapper, which Oliva is the king of Ecuador Cubano wrapper. And it's made in Oliva's factory, the Noxa factory. Now, like I said, they've been making the cigar since 2014. It's a great cigar. It's got really a medium to three-quarter strength, and it's going to be priced right. It's going to be priced in that sweet spot.
$8 to $9 to $10 range.
Right. Not getting a 10.
Not even getting a 10. Even better.
Even better.
Now, when do you expect this to hit the retail stores?
March of 2019.
Oh, so yeah, it's well in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's $7.95 to $8.95.
Oh wow, that really is a reasonable price cigar.
The Corona is $7.95, $8.25 for the Robusto, $8.75 for the Toro, which is a 54x6, and a Grand Toro 60x6 is going to be $8.95.
I've noticed in my tenure that the price gap between the smallest size of a cigar and the biggest size of a cigar has closed.
Well,
have you noticed that?
Here's the reason.
I remember there used to be like sometimes a $2 or $2 plus difference. I think so, at least like a $2 difference between like a Robusto or a Corona and a Churchill back in the day. I'm going like 20 plus years ago.
Basically, I would tell you about it. It's the way people priced. It had nothing to do with the cost of goods.
No, I understand. But didn't they used to price it? The gap used to be bigger in the past.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, another inch of a cigar is minimal cost in that much more tobacco weight or cost. But I remember
the labor's all the same.
Right. The labor. I mean, it's really fractional cost. Yes. I mean, like when I say fraction, I mean like literal fractions.
Yes.
But I remember when I first got in the industry that it was like $1.50 to $2 gap between. Which was just a pricing thing, a mentality thing. You know, oh, it's a bigger cigar; it should cost more. But that gap's come down. That gap has come down over. I mean, look, there's more material because the boxes are bigger, and there are other influential things.
But really, I mean, be honest with you, the box difference is 25.
They're all fractions,
25 cents. So it's a penny more a cigar.
Right, they're all fractions. Yeah. I get it.
So I mean, the thing is, on a Corona, it actually costs more to make a Corona. So that's why people have a hard time putting it price-wise. So if somebody's going to charge you X,
they almost make less margin.
Yeah, that's sort of what they did years ago. They started putting a spread out there so they could make the same margin. So they wanted to make the full margin on the Corona. Well, then they said, wait a minute.
Everything else got to get jacked up.
Well, we got to beat that another quarter or 50 cents. And then all of a sudden you got up to the Churchill. I mean, the one for years, now that I don't work at the big company anymore, was someone used to say, well, we got to charge $12. It's $8 for the Toro, which is a 54x6. And then we're going to make that 52x6 and 1/8 Torpedo or Bellicoso.
Which is the exact same size.
No.
I think I missed it. I'm saying when the
same weight.
A lot of times they make the Torpedo or the whatever, which is the exact same size as the Toro, just a different tip.
Yeah, what I started doing.
Well, hold that thought. We're on another short segment here. Maybe we're right.
Damn commercials.
We're gonna have to start cutting back on sponsors.
Yeah.
You know what? If we cut the producer, we can afford it.
Yeah. There we go.
That's a good idea.
All right.
We're gonna cut out the Particulares commercial.
No, we're not. Okay, keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Once in a lifetime, something comes along that changes the game. That time is now. The Blast by Infinity is the most advanced, scientifically proven multi-purpose protectant on the market today. The Blast eliminates all smoke and odor on contact and creates a long-lasting barrier of protection. The Blast works on clothing, textiles, and hard surfaces. Water-based, non-toxic, hypoallergenic, 100% guaranteed. Safe for human and pets. Visit InfinityOdorShield.com.
Have you yet experienced a Toscano cigar? The full-bodied flavors and aromas of fire-cured tobacco and a long aging time makes smoking a Toscano cigar a unique and exciting experience. Since 1818, Toscano has been one of the best-selling cigars in the world. 200 years of tradition are hand-rolled in the unique shape of every Toscano cigar. Smoking a Toscano cigar is a way of life. Take part in a 200-year-old legacy of handmade, fire-cured Italian cigars. Available at your local premium cigar retailer.
Cigar enthusiasts, did you know your personal freedom to enjoy a fine cigar is affected by some form of smoking ban in all 50 states? Additionally, taxation on premium cigars is at its highest level in history, with some states taxing at an astronomical rate of 75%. Finally, there's a solution. CRA, Cigar Rights of America, is the first and only non-profit public advocacy association fighting for your freedom to enjoy a fine cigar. Don't just sit there. Become part of the solution. Become a CRA member today. Membership is only $35 a year. That's less than $3 a month. And as a special bonus, CRA will send you 2 limited edition cigars as a way to say thank you for joining. Visit cigarrights.org for more information and to become a member.
The Oliva family, the makers of some of the most affordable yet highest rated premium cigars available. For 7 straight years, Cigar Aficionado has rated Oliva as one of the best cigars of the year. And Oliva has a cigar for all smokers, from the newly released Gilberto Oliva Reserva to the bold and rich Oliva Serie V. Oliva cigars can be found at a tobacconist near you, so always ask for Oliva, an unbeatable value and uncompromising quality. The Oliva family of cigars.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit sindicato.com.
Monitor 3 humidors at once from one simple device. Caring for your cigars is easy with the new PuroTemp wireless hygrometer from Cigar. You now have the ability to monitor the humidity and temperature in 3 humidors without even having to open them. Ensure protection by setting simple alerts that will warn you when your cigars are not in the optimal environment. Like everything Cigar, this is backed by their lifetime warranty. Stop by your local tobacconist to purchase yours today. Cigar, for life.
To affinity and beyond. That is where Affinity Cigars will take you. These mild to medium cigars use only the finest select high-grade Ecuadorian Connecticut tobacco, creating a cigar that delivers a smooth, rich, creamy smoke with the gentleness of a mother's touch. Affinity Cigars have become America's go-to cigar for that flavorful yet unintimidating smoking experience. Visit syndicatocigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, broadcasting live. I am Adam K, the Brewmeister. With me, Mr. Honest Abe.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Mr. Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars, who has been here for our Meet Your Maker segment. We've been chatting about the life, liberty, and pursuit of fine cigars.
Well, we get some interesting info about cigars and sizes right before the break. You were just telling us about like the most, because I had started talking about the gap between the small and the big sizes. In the last 2 decades, I've seen close. So, whatever the price for the smallest size of a cigar line, a portfolio, a SKU, and the biggest used to be almost $2 or more. Now I see the gap sometimes like less than $1 difference spread between the two. And you were going to tell us about like one of the most absurd things.
Yeah, when I first got in charge of the premium division, is I would see the cost of our cigars, and then I'd look at the prices that were already established. So I wasn't going to be lowering the prices.
Retail's already set.
The retail's already set, and I said, Jesus, let's push Bellicosas. We make all this money on Bellicosas. I said, because it's the same cost as a Toro.
Right.
And I said, because I didn't know anything. I was from the mass market. I said, why do they have this big gap? They said, well, everybody knows the Toros are made by this wrapper, and the more experienced wrappers...
Rollers,
right. More experienced wrapper rollers are doing the figurados. They're doing
that's been a thing I've heard over 20-some years in the industry.
They're the best.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Okay, that is a fact.
They're the best. Okay.
The more experienced rollers work on figurados instead of the normal.
They may not be the most experienced.
Parejos.
They're just good enough to do it. Certain people can't make a figurado, but these guys are the best. But then when you're a businessman, you start looking at, well, how much more is this guy making than the
right,
or this lady making more than that lady? And they tell you, I said, wow. Does that get a $2 difference?
Yeah.
And they go, no, but that's our highest profit margin. But I really think the reason why it's come to what you're saying, compressed,
right?
That's because, as Adam talked before, the sweet spot. So if the sweet spot's in this $7.50 to
you want
$9.95 range.
All your Vitolas in that range.
So all of a sudden they're squeezing everything and saying they're being honest now.
Right.
Well, you know,
a little more honest.
I think they're being honest because, you know, basically it costs just a little more. There's a little more, look, there's a lot more tobacco in a 60 by 6 than there is in a 52 by 5.
There is, and how does that affect blend? Because you had a question on.
Yes.
On I saw on our Facebook Live, somebody had a question regarding the 6x60 and how that affects.
How
blend.
is it harder to blend the larger cigars,
Yes,
the larger ring gauges?
definitely. Because normally, you know, let's put it. If you have a Corona, that's usually the best cigar as far as I'm concerned. You get your best taste, understand the blend and everything. So if that cigar's got the strength and everything and the blend and the taste you want. Now, as you get to the 50, you go from the 48 or 46, whatever your Corona is, then you go to the 52. You know, you got to be very careful that you blend it perfectly, that kind of tastes the same.
The proportions are the same, but the airflow is going to be different no matter what.
That's what changes, is the airflow.
Right.
So it's making a 60 by 6 taste exactly like the Corona is really difficult. And
is it even possible, really?
I don't think so.
Right.
There's
just too much air in a 6x60.
Yeah, there's just too much difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like having diluted Coke. It's still Coke, you know, but the ice is melted a little bit. It's a little bit watered down. I can still taste the Coke in it, but it's not like a
diluted Coke.
Well, I don't know if that's the answer.
Listen, that's how I feel when I smoke. Listen, I got in this industry smoking all big ring gauge cigars. Like a Toro was the smallest possible cigar I would smoke, and.
You're the opposite now, right?
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. But I think my palate's matured more, and what I look for in a taste in a cigar is more. So I think that's what happened, because literally that's how I feel. If I like a Vitola, like my favorite Particulares is literally the Corona. Now
that's what I smoke.
If I smoke the 6x60, it still tastes like a Particulares to me, but it tastes like it's been sitting in a cup of ice for a while. And it's kind of like, you know.
Well, so does the airflow have something to do with it for you? Like, do you like a more restrictive airflow?
No, it's not the restrictive airflow. It's the amount of air.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the gauge is much bigger, it's a lot more air mixed in with the flavors of the smoke.
Right.
Now, this could be just me talking out of my butt, you know, but that's how
subjective, I think.
That's how I feel when I smoke a cigar. I feel that the bigger ring gauges, whether it's an airflow issue or whatever, I don't feel I get the same flavors that I do out of a smaller Lonsdale, Lancero.
Well, so like, what about
Corona.
a Lancero then? Does it make it that much more difficult because there's less tobacco in it?
Lanceros, anybody will tell you, are one of the hardest cigars to roll and keep the blend right, because you're trying to take something that has proportionate amounts of tobacco that sits in a 50 ring gauge cigar, and now take away 10-20% of the space
right.
and still keep it the same and have it to be able to draw on top of it. So. You know, it's one of the logistics, and it really takes the craft.
It's just experience,
It's the craft
right?
of making cigars.
Right.
It's really an art form and craft.
Yeah, and the difference is now also is people like myself and other companies, our Coronas, you know, are 46 and 48. Years ago, they were 40 and 41 and 42. So even the Corona has gotten bigger in size, and it's like my favorite size when I used to smoke. Back in the day when I was really young, I used to like the Lonsdale, okay, which nobody makes Lonsdales now.
No.
So that's why in the Particulares, we came up with a Lonsdale sort of, because a Lonsdale is like a 6 1/4 by 48. Years ago, they were 42s and 44s by 6 1/4. Okay, so I think the market has really gone to bigger. So even as we've gone to the bigger 54 Toros versus the 50 Toros, even the Coronas have moved up in the ring gauge.
It goes right back to something I say all the time, too, is like there's no consistency with anyone in what they call a Toro or even a Robusto or even a Robusto Gordo, and it's all out the window. Half the time, it's crazy.
I mean, the Cubans still have their 48 Churchill size, where most of the Churchills in the States, people are making on the States. When we make in Nicaragua, Honduras, and Dominican, are 52, 54. Some people have 57s. You know, so it's all out.
It's all a relative thing. There's no scope.
It's so strange to me. Then why? Like the names really don't necessarily mean anything.
The names don't matter, and, well, the names keep changing.
No, okay, but yes, in a way, because Toro
Yes.
is mostly 6 inches.
Yes.
And
Okay.
a Robusto's 5. The ring gauge is what really changes. The
Right.
length, and the Churchill's still 7.
No, they started adding quarters and
It's like
eighths and
5.75,
Yeah,
5.25 in the Robusto.
they've
Some
got-
people like 4.75.
The whole industry's gotten choppy when it comes to that. Now,
Yeah.
just like cigar packs, it used to be 25.
Yep.
Right.
Then some guys made 20s. Then there were 24s, 26s, 18s. I mean, now it's just like
Well, but
I never
22.
Even, I never even try to guess what a box counts. I got to start looking. And my favorite is when this does happen.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even put the pack count on the box.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think you could import them in the country without putting a pack count on the box. But you'll get a brand new line. Somebody took all the care of making the design, the color, and the foil, and whatever. And on the outside of the box, there's nowhere what the count inside is.
Well, it's definitely going to change with the FDA because you
Yeah.
have to put this count. But the thing is, the reason why people reduce the size, I told you before, is a lot of people went from 25 to 20s when the excise tax went in, because all of a sudden you had this 50 to 75 cent increase that jumped out at you, and if you had 20 cigars, 20 cigars were only $15 increase. So instead of having a $22 increase on the box, they said let's go to a box 20, and the people won't see that big of an increase. So, and I think it just keeps the also price points. As cigars have gotten higher, people have lowered the count of the box.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Listen,
too.
when I was in the food business, I remember when I started in General Foods, Maxwell House coffee was a pound, was 16 ounces. Then we put a little curve on the bottom, and we had this 14 ounce. It looked the same way. Then it was then the curve got bigger on the bottom, and it was a 12 ounce, but it was the same size.
Right?
Coffee.
Oh, they do that too, because like in cans and stuff, like the bottom will be inset
Yeah.
an inch up. Well, I mean, the potato chip and snack business has been famous for that for years, man.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
air
pack
packaging.
5 pounds of air. You open it up, and the stuff's sitting like at the bottom 2 inches of the bag. But that's for the protection of the chip.
That's
Right.
exactly what they'll
Yeah,
tell
right.
you.
That's what they tell you. It's for
Yeah.
the protection of the chip.
Just give me the chips. Just give me the chips. That's all I want. Give me the chips. Stop giving me air.
Just
give
so
me
you know,
chips.
Cape Cod potato chips, they don't do that, even though they're owned by Frito-Lay now. I'm just letting you know.
They don't? I wouldn't
No,
know.
you get a full bag, man. Cape Cod.
I'm not a potato chip guy on any level.
I love Cape
Are you
Cod
like
potato
chip? I don't like any potato chip. Potato chip?
I get in a mood every now and then. If I get in a mood for some sour cream and onion dip.
All right, so what?
Yeah, I have them like once a year.
Off on a tangent now, just stupid.
Okay.
What's your favorite chip?
Cape Cod. Era.
Cape Cod?
Cape Cod potato
So
chips.
you're straight up potato chip. How about you?
I'm a tortilla.
Yeah.
Tostitos?
Yeah,
No.
no, just a tortilla
Corn
chip.
chips, tortilla?
Yeah, that's what
blue
I eat.
corn. Blue corn.
I just thought somebody would be a little bit more creative.
I
That's all you got?
like the Heinz ketchup potato chips that Frito-Lay puts out, but
Really?
they're random.
Frito-Lay's got some weird flavors.
I
now,
love
too.
that.
Like
Dill
some
pickles,
weird,
steak and onions.
Weird flavors.
Yeah, they're good.
Nah, I like Funyuns.
Oh God,
Big
they're
bag
the
of
worst.
Funyuns? Oh yeah.
Make you sick for days.
No.
Ugh.
Or Munchos. Everybody remember
I
Munchos?
hate them.
Or Handicap hot fries.
Hot
That's
fries are
your
good.
generation.
Thank you very much. I
most,
appreciate
guys,
that.
most guys listening don't even know who
Oh,
Handicap is.
I love hot fries. They're good.
Handicap hot fries.
Like the other day in the car, I said to somebody, you ever Carter's Little Liver Pill?
What?
You ever heard of Carter's Little Liver Pill?
No.
Okay, so there used to be thing, you have that. It was a little jar with a bunch of pills that you took years ago
For your liver.
I mean, I never took them, but I remember
Right.
the commercial. I mean,
Like
so,
Geritol.
Yeah. How about the diet thing that went off the market that was very popular? It was AIDS. As soon as
Really?
Oh, was there a
Yeah, there was
there was. It was a chew.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, have some AIDS.
Yes. Yes. I remember they were like shoes. They were shoes.
The AIDS diet.
Yes. Oh my
Well, it
God.
has a whole new meaning now.
I forgot about that completely. There was a chew called AIDS. Yes. Oh my God.
You lose weight on the other AIDS
Oh.
thing too.
Man, talk about just something in the world totally destroying your company
That's one of
overnight.
those neck. Yeah.
Oh.
You remember Sambo's restaurants?
Who?
There was
You're a little older than me.
There was a restaurant chain like Denny's called Sambo's.
No.
Now you could look it up on Google.
There was one left, I think. That,
Right.
that
Oh, you know
recently
this
closed.
restaurant, Sambo's?
I've read about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard the story.
Because there was one left.
The guy's name was Sambo, like Jim Sambo. Okay.
Sure.
And he opened this chain of restaurants, and unfortunately, there was a group in America felt offended by the name of the restaurant.
Sambo? What's Sambo mean?
It's kind of like a racist term.
You didn't know that?
For who?
It's for the black community.
Sambo?
Yes.
Oh,
they forced the guy out of it. The guy.
But there were people that bought individual restaurants and kept them open, even
Not
though
as
he
Sambos.
I'm telling you, I read a story about it. There was one still
you ought to
called
read about
Sambo.
it.
Oh, wow.
Here's
I
a guy.
heard that term.
Here's a guy being fought.
Sambo.
Well, hit another one real quick.
Oh, we got time.
Osco. Remember Osco Drug?
Yeah, Osco Drugs. They're still around.
Osco bought a drugstore named Save-On in California. Now, I don't know. And Osco spent all this money changing all the Save-On drugstores in California to Osco.
And it meant something else out there.
Oh, I think, I'm not exactly, somebody will probably come on and say what it is, but I think in this Mexican, it's sort of like puke drug.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Osco.
so Thrifty Drug, which was on the decline, it was doing terrible.
Started doing great.
And I remember the buyer, because I used to call on the buyer when I was at work in California, and he said, thank God they changed the name of that drugstore from Save-On. It was the best drugstore.
Wow.
And then they had spent all these millions to change all the stores, and they changed them all back to the same.
It happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it happens. This was a local potato chip company, so I didn't realize that until after I moved out of Illinois. But anyone ever hear of Jay's?
Yeah.
Jay's Potato. Well, you were in the market, so you were all over the country. You hear of Jay's?
No.
There's a very famous Chicago Midwest brand called Jay's Potato Chips. Big blue logo, white letters, Jay's. But
Okay. Yeah, that makes. I
bet you didn't know this, but that wasn't their family name.
What was it?
Japs.
Oh, they couldn't use it.
Someone told us
Japs.
story. Yeah.
And they had to change it after World War II. Yeah.
Wow. And this walk down memory lane has been brought to you in part by KMA Talk Radio and Nostalgia.
It's the kind of conversation we get when Jim's here and when Lou is here.
Right. Yeah.
Two old guys.
But you know what? This is cigar shop talk. This is what you do in a
it's
cigar
great.
shop.
It's
We have
great.
conversations like this.
And with that, we're going to take a short break and find out this week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum when we come back. Keep it lit.
You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Cheated, betrayed, then left for dead. Not once or twice, but 3 times. Eric Espinoza refused to give up. Passion and determination has turned this underdog into the top alpha dog. Celebrating his 20th year in the cigar industry, he's making magic at his La Zona factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Experience the magic in his highly rated Espinoza Habano, Crema, or Especial lines. Espinoza Premium Cigars. Ask for them by name wherever fine cigars are sold. For more information, visit EspinozaCigars.com.
A brand more than 100 years in the making, Particulares was established in Havana, Cuba in 1895, operating as an elite factory that would later introduce the world to classic brands such as Byron, Particulares, and even Monte Cristo. Now, Sindicato Cigars is proud to bring this historic brand back to life, partnering with the legendary Topsa factory in Esteli, Nicaragua to reimagine this Cuban classic as a modern-day Nicaraguan puro. Transport yourself to a bygone era of Cuban nostalgia with Particulares by Sindicato. For more information, visit Sindicato.com.
Hey fools, how about a game of Cutthroat? It's your funeral. That's my kind of game. Arnold, I hope your pool playing is better than your choice of cigars. What do you mean? Wow, tough crowd. Here, try this Recluse cigar. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Don't be stingy. Let me get one of those. Recluse. Wow, that's a good smoke. Now I can bring my A game. I think you should stick with that Recluse cigar and work on your B game, because you don't have an A game. And I know a little something about games. Boom. Ooh, that's cold.
Mike Bellady has collaborated with industry legends Don Pepin Garcia, Manuel Quesada, and Ernesto Perez Carrillo to make some of the industry's most highly touted cigars. Through his company, MLB Cigars, Mike brings you 4 incredible and unique blends. Imperia, Imperia Islero, Imperia Aventador, and the David P. Ehrlich Tremont. MLB Cigars are made with the best minds in the industry. Visit us at MLBCigarVentures.com and follow us on social media. Imperia and David P. Ehrlich Cigars. Developed by legends, smoked by connoisseurs.
Quality and value are always the 2 biggest determining factors for consumers when making buying decisions. Casa Bella by Sindicato Cigars offers superior flavor, quality construction, and an affordable everyday price. Completely handmade in the Dominican Republic, these value-priced, smooth yet flavorful cigars are comprised of Dominican and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, and they're available in natural and Maduro wrappers. Visit SindicatoCigars.com to find your nearest authorized dealer of Casa Bella cigars.
Lights, camera, action. Real Clips Barbershop brings you all that is good about old school barbershops in a new cinematic themed environment. Whether you need a traditional cut, fade, blowout, or even a straight razor hot towel shave, our master barbers will get you right. All while enjoying iconic scenes from some of your favorite movies, right from our video screens built into the mirrors. Visit realclipsbarbershop.com. That's real, R-E-E-L, clipsbarbershop.com for a location near you or to make an appointment. After one visit, we know you'll be back.
Insurance companies have a very unique business model that the general public doesn't understand. Insurance companies make profit only one way, taking in premiums and paying out less on claims than they take in premiums. In doing this, they oftentimes deny legitimate people with viable claims fair compensation.
We know accidents happen. They happen every day. The good thing about insurance is it helps people do the right thing when they've caused accidents. You know, if I cause an accident, the first thing I want to do is make sure the person is okay, the person's taken care of. The insurance gives us the ability to do the right thing. Unfortunately, the insurance company treats people like statistics instead of human beings. And that's why you need an experienced attorney to make sure the insurance company does the right thing.
Baker and Zimmerman, defending the injured. 800-866-LAWS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.
Welcome back to KMA Talk Radio, the final segment here on the 317th show. I am Adam K. the Brewmeister. With me, Mr. Honest Abe.
We miss Coop, man.
I know. Coop is in England having fun, eating fish and chips, and walking about the Thames.
Give him a shout out. Cigar-coop.com. I told him we'd read it, but it's not the same without him.
Oh, we did have news?
Yeah, it's in front of you.
It's in the stack of stuff.
We just got into talking about old restaurant chains.
I make Paul work all week getting this paperwork ready. I never use it.
It drives me nuts.
Never use it.
And he spends all day Thursday.
Well, you'll use it as toilet paper later, maybe.
No, too rough. Too rough.
Got to be very gentle.
Listen, I have two rules in life on things you can't buy generic or chintz on. Two rules.
Well, I already know the one, so...
Toilet paper
yeah.
and cheese, dairy. Can't go cheap dairy.
No.
No. Can't get that.
I guess that's true.
That weird rubber cheese or that government. No, you can't go cheap dairy.
All right.
No dairy and no toilet paper.
My rule is never skimp on paper towels, toilet paper.
Paper towels don't bother me much.
Paper
I
towels,
just use
we get
more
the
of the
cheap
roll.
ones, yeah.
That's not the end of the world.
My
for
wife
me.
buys, since we've been married, she buys the cheaper toilet paper, and I'm like, listen,
Can't do it.
We're doing okay these days. We don't need to save 50 cents.
Can't do it.
I like the Charmin with the aloe.
Trash
and
bags.
Trash bags?
Never skimp on trash bags.
Listen to me.
When you get a bad trash bag, but you have kids to take the garbage out
Yeah, I
now.
mean, that's not mandatory. I mean, that's a preferential. I have mandatory. Two mandatory things you can't skip on: dairy and toilet paper.
I would say the same for bourbon.
Oh, if I was a big drinker, I'd say that.
The more you know.
I got Kirkland brand bourbon, actually. And you know what? It actually isn't bad. My wife bought it. I got so mad.
Wait, do we have a repeat sound? What?
Yep.
Kirkland makes a bourbon?
Yeah.
Well, they also have their own scotch, too.
They don't make
I
anything.
know, but they have their own house brand bourbon?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
well,
hilarious.
The funny thing is, actually, if you want a tip and trick, if you buy the Kirkland brand scotch, it's actually made by the good folks over at Macallan.
Right. So a lot of the bourbons and scotch, all of their stuff is made by somebody, obviously. And it's
Everything,
rebranded.
all Kirkland stuff
So, I got mad when my wife bought it.
Thank you.
I was really pissed.
Now you know.
And then I tasted it. I was like, it's actually pretty good bourbon.
I got mad.
But did you figure out who made it for them?
Listen.
No, I'll look it
wait,
up.
can I reenact Paul being mad at his wife? Oh, I got you this, honey. Oh, thank you. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. It's fine. Do you not like that? No. This is perfectly good.
You don't
even
know me.
You can't even tell the difference, Steph. I bet you this is the same stuff. Don't even worry about it.
You don't even know
That's
me.
how you got mad. I know, but it's scary how right I am, right?
No, you're not right.
I admit it.
No,
don't
what
lie.
the hell did you buy this
Yeah,
for?
get out of here. You wouldn't even nut up like
And
that
then
to her.
Of course I do.
She'd cold cock you. Pow!
All right, with that, let's
She
see this
did.
week who belongs in a cigar insane asylum.
You gotta read it.
Okay.
I don't. My phone's dead. I don't have access to the
Cigar
story.
Asylum,
Did you know I'm utterly insane? We all go a little mad sometimes.
where logic and reason cease to exist.
All right, we subbed in on a different note for
Did I pull myself out? There we go. Yeah, we're throwing in an audible.
We're audibling.
So the one online will be different, most likely.
Yeah, Jim bought us a story that is way more better than the one we were originally going to go with.
Way more better.
More better. That's my English.
The city of Chesapeake, Virginia is attempting to keep the trick part of trick-or-treating to a minimum by threatening jail time for Halloween troublemakers over 12 years old.
Jail time. This is a true story.
It's on multiple reports here. However, the city says it will not actively be looking to find violators. The city's ordinance code states if anyone over 12 years of age participates in trick or treat or any similar shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall be punished by a fine of not less than $25 nor more than $100 or by confinement in jail for not more than 6 months.
For 6 months!
For 12 or 13
or both.
I mean,
for anybody over 12.
Ridiculous.
Who sat in a room and said, let's pass this law?
Well, because there are kids that come to your house that are like 18, and you're like, really? All right, here's some candy. Yeah.
Let's have this conversation real quick. What do you think is the most optimal age where you really, as a kid,
After high school.
After high school?
Yeah, no. I'm saying that's when you should stop. We did it all through high school.
Really?
Yeah.
8th grade.
You go out, you start
you're
throwing
done.
eggs at each other.
That's why they're making laws like
Then
this.
you quick stop in, get some candy, refuel.
8th grade. After 8th grade, man, you should stop trick-or-treating.
Absolutely.
Sure, without a doubt. 8th grade should be like the last year. I don't know, what is that, 12 years old?
No, you're 13.
13? Yeah, 13, 14. That's the last time you should
Well,
be
then you
trick-or-treating.
agree with this state, with Virginia.
No, I'm not saying you should arrest them. You can still be a loser child and want to go trick-or-treating at 18. I don't think you should be arrested for it.
Spend 6 months in jail.
Yeah.
So, yes, the city of Chesapeake, Virginia, and other Virginia counties also have the same laws. They said Newport News and Norwich also have same equal laws on the books. So you guys in Virginia, you belong in a cigar insane asylum this week, brought to you by CLE and Asylum Cigars.
I want to look after Halloween and really see if anybody scoured and anybody got arrested.
All right, we'll take a look.
I just can't.
We'll get our
that.
team of researchers on it.
I mean, yeah, right.
Yes, it's been a wonderful show. Thanks to Jim Colucci of Sindicato Cigars for being
thank
here.
you. Best of luck at the Cuatro and the new stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week, live from Miami at La Zona Palooza.
Oh, that should be a crazy, crazy show.
Oh, absolutely. It's always a fun and interesting time. I'm sure the bourbon will be flowing early, and the cigars will be getting smoked very much. So, big plans for the holiday weekend?
What holiday is it?
It's Halloween.
AJ's wedding? No, dude. I pull up a front chair. I sit and,
You pass out the candy? You like to pass out the candy?
Try to make kids feel scared as they come up and get the free candy. That's
Do you
what I
freeze like a scarecrow and then scare them when they walk up?
No, I just give them the death stare when they walk up.
Huh.
You want candy? Which one do you want? You can pick one.
Do kids break into your community?
I said one.
Do they break into your community to go trick-or-treating?
I don't know.
All right.
Why would I care?
It's been a great show. See you next week. Keep it lit.
Paul the producer, the best we could afford.
Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Paul the producer. You're listening to KMA Talk Radio. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
We're on Instagram too.
Yes, it's mandatory.